Names like Drake, Snoop Dogg, and 2 Chainz aren't just snazzy labels, they carry a saga, they carry a vibe. So in this video, we're gonna lay it down, unveil the narrative on how these icons stamped their names in hip-hop history. Yo, Blueface's name is a shout to his schoolyard Crip ties, but it's deeper. It's also about that cash flow, with Benjamin Franklin's face inked on his cheek, representing blue $100 bills. It's a blend of street life and that hustle for paper. His name ain't just a color, it's a saga of where he's from and what he's chasing. It's about keeping it real while dreaming big, a tale of loyalty and ambition. Yet, in the game of love, he's playing hard. Might be scoring hits, but still fumbling the heart.
Is your real name Nia?
No, my name is Mikhail Rafik.
Really?
What's your name? Daquan?
Really?
No, I was just wondering.
No, my name's Jonathan Porter.
Jonathan?
Yeah. My mom named me a white name so I can get good job opportunities. Like your parents can name you Mikhail, even worse.
You do have a white name.
Yo, let's set it off with Tupac, originally hitting the scene as Lassane Crooks. His mama, a true to the bone Black Panther, flipped his script to Tupac, naming him after a rebel leader who wasn't down with those Spanish conquerors. The name's like a battle cry for standing tall, keeping it 100, that's Tupac's vibe in his rhymes. Feel me?
Tupac Shakur, that's unusual. Is there a meaning behind that?
Yeah. It's determined to overcome my obstacles. It's a character builder. If you have a name that no one else has, you have to repeat it twice. You gotta say it with extra feeling the second time. It builds character.
Our boy was vibing with the old school sounds and scenes. He had mad love for Frank Sinatra and that classic film, Ocean's 11 from the 60s. So he thought, why not merge the two? And just like that, in 2010, he rebranded himself as Christopher Francis Ocean, paying homage to the greats while crafting his own identity. Our boy was rolling with Go-Go, but that name wasn't cutting it. Then one day a producer was like, yo, your tunes vibe like Neo from The Matrix. Neo dug that, flipped the switch, and his music started flowing smoother than silk.
My friend, he had never seen anything like that before. He's like, you're like the Neo of music. If you remember the movie The Matrix, Neo was like Jesus or somebody. He was supposed to save the world. It's like, I'm not trying to save the world, I just want to make music.
Alright, here's the scoop on Gunna. His name is a journey from Youngin to Gunna, a story of evolution in the rap game. Youngin had that double vibe, sounding like Younging but also reading as Young Gun. It's fresh, reflecting on his early grind in the scene. Then, as he spit bars and dropped ad-libs, Gunna started echoing through the tracks now. Now, dude's making all kinds of green, stacking cash from more than just music. Fashion, features, you name it, he's on it, turning everything he touches into his own brand of gold. Yo, check it, Donald Glover was on the hunt for that dope, unique vibe. While surfing the web, homie found this Wu-Tang Clan name generator, tossed his name in it, and bam! Out pops Childish Gambino. Just like that, man created a whole new swag for himself, and it was straight fire.
What does the name mean to you, even though it was generated by the Wu-Tang name generator?
Well, I talked to RZA, and RZA, I mean, like, it was his generator. I guess so, but he said, and I think this encapsulates exactly what it is. He's like, yo, it's like that computer had a brain, like you're childish, but you could also murder someone. Which I was like, okay, I don't think I can murder anyone, but it's definitely just like, I feel like for me, it's kind of just like silliness and kind of seriousness.
It's all about vibing with your name, you know. Aubrey Drake Graham felt his middle name had some swag to it. Ditched the rest, stuck with Drake, and now that name's all over. Got everyone bouncing to his beats.
Drake Drizzy Rogers?
No, not anymore.
I don't know if I want to do it.
Do you know the story behind that, by the way?
No, what is the story behind that?
My email was drizzydrake@rogers.com. Rogers.
You actually told me that.
Yeah, Rogers is the service provider in Canada. And then he thought that, he didn't realize.
Who's he?
Wayne.
Oh.
Wayne thought that, like, he didn't realize at that time that, like, the @ in the email was like a middle, like, interference
not
piece
in the name?
Yeah, so he just thought my name was Drizzy Drake Rogers.
And he just kept that?
I mean, he rapped it once, I didn't have the heart to correct him.
That's pretty sick.
God bless his heart.
From Titty Boy to 2 Chainz, that's a serious level up. Around 2011, the dude knew Titty Boy wasn't gonna fly no more. He repped his new vibe, switched to 2 Chainz, and it's all about keeping it real and fresh.
I've always wanted to know, Titty Boy, how did that name come about?
That's a family given name. I'm an only child. Mom calls me Tit, family calls me Titty. Dad used to call me Titty Man. It's just, country slang, dirt road type of term. meaning spoiled brat, only child, being breastfed, something like that.
Now, B.o.B's name is kinda like a dope mixtape of theories. Some say it's a nod to Outkast B.o.B bombs over Baghdad, other thinks it's about business over bullshit, or maybe it's just cool slang for his real name, Bobby. Each idea's got its own kick, making B.o.B a name with mad layers. Yo, here's the scoop. Young Busta was grinding, opening shows, doing his thing. Then Chuck D from Public Enemy peeps his talent and calls him Busta Rhymes. That wasn't just a name, it was like a prophecy. Busta lived up to it, straight up to killing it on the mic and rising to hip-hop royalty. All thanks to a name Chuck D felt was perfect for a dude who was born to spit rhymes and hype up crowds. Now, here's a story that's cool and clean. Dude's real name is Chancellor. That's a bit of a mouthful, chopped it down to Chance, but he didn't stop there. Dude added the rapper to the mix. Chance the rapper, straight up, no nonsense, as real as it gets. The name's got that mix of humble beginnings and a clear-cut path. Just like his rhymes, his names hit that sweet spot, telling you what he's all about, and man, when it comes to business, he's straight up wizardry, turning merch into gold like it's nothing.
If your parents had not named you Chance the Rapper, do you think you would have pursued a different career?
My parents didn't name me Chance the Rapper. That's a stage name.
Any siblings?
I have one brother, yeah.
What's he do for a living?
He's a rapper too.
Here's a guy who had a bit of a journey with names. Back in the day, he was Sly Tendencies, carving out a space on MySpace before Tyler, the creator, scooped him up. But as the game changed, so did his name. He morphed into Earl Sweatshirt, a title that's got a bit of mystery and a load of style, showing a transformation from a hidden gem to a name that's got weight in the rap world.
Don't care, don't care. Don't care, still don't care.
This lyrical genius stepped into the game as K. Dot. The name Kendrick Lamar isn't a fancy moniker, but his real deal, straight out of the birth certificate. Before the fame, he was rolling with the name K. Dot, but as his rhymes got deeper, he decided to keep it real and went by his true name, Kendrick Lamar. The name has a touch of the musical. It's a shout out to Eddie Kendricks of The Temptations, courtesy of his people.
When people heard K. Dot, they was like, yo, the kid is dope, he can rap, but who is he? You know what I mean? That went on for years. You're just another cat in the streets that can rap good, right? So I was like, you know what? I want people to know who I am as a person and what I represent. So I woke up one morning, I said, the best way to start it off is giving me my name change, my real name, something my mother been calling me for years.
The name's a tribute to his pops, Duke. As the beat was rising, our man was in the mix with his crew, vibing for a rap name. When the name brainstorm hit, the idea bounced to roll with Deuce, symbolizing he's the second Duke on the block. It's like passing the mic down the lineage, keeping the royal vibe alive. Duke Deuce ain't just a name, it's a legacy in lyric, a shout out to his roots while carving his own throne in the crunk kingdom of Memphis. Jason Bradley DeFord. The name Jelly Roll isn't just a sweet treat. It's a childhood nickname that stuck. His mom called him Jelly Roll when he was just a young, chubby kid. The name rolls smooth but sticks with a blend of country and rap, making Jelly Roll a name that vibes with realness and a touch of the southern charm. Next up, we got Snoop Dogg, but the birth certificate says Calvin Broadus Jr. Where'd he get the Snoop? All from his love for them Peanuts cartoons, you know. Snoopy. His mama would playfully say, boy, you gonna turn into that dog watching it so much. And boom, Snoop Dogg stepped out, all drenched in that West Coast flavor.
She call you Calvin when she hot with you?
How you know?
I'm just asking.
How the fuck you know? Like, that's what the fuck they do, man. She named one of my dogs Calvin.
Other than the RS and Uncle Sam and maybe your mom, I'm trying to figure out who else on the planet call you Calvin.
Just her. And she only, you're right, like, that's what the fuck they do. Like, they know that I don't like hearing that shit. Like, everybody else call me dog or, you know what I'm saying? Calvin. That's when you trying to piss me off. You know what I'm saying?
Now let's roll with Wiz Khalifa. That's Cameron Thomas when he's chilling at home. Started out in the rap game as Wisdom Khalifa, throwing props to his uncle's name, Knowledge. Khalifa in Arabic, that's air, giving nod to his roots. But Wiz, he trimmed it down, made it catchy, and made it his. Christopher Wallace. He was vibing with the name Biggie Smalls from a '75 movie, but when he found out it was taken, he switched gears to the Notorious B.I.G. Still, in his verses, Biggie Smalls lives on, a tribute to his early days.
Biggie is an entertainer, you know what I'm saying? He makes music and he makes videos, you know what I'm saying? That's Biggie Smalls, but Christopher Wallace is the person, you know what I'm saying? That's the one that has to take care of the family, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, the daughters, the wife, all of that. That's Christopher, you know what I'm saying? That's the real person. I leave all that Biggie stuff alone, man. Biggie is a completely different person.
Curtis Jackson snagged his name from Kelvin 50 Cent Martin, a real deal hustler from the streets. Kelvin was about that life. even taking 50 cents if he had to. R50, he had seen some things, survived 9 shots. His name? It's a salute to his journey from those gritty streets to the limelight.
The name 50 Cent is a metaphor for change. It's also a gangster's name from regular street gangster in New York City from Fort Greene Projects. Financially, I exceed where he was at in the street. But every time they say my name in certain environments in New York City, they go, remember 50 Cent, so they remember him.
The real Slim Shady came into the world as Marshall Mathers. He took his initials Eminem and spun them into Eminem. It's like he distilled it to the essence, and that name rocketed him to the stars in the rap world.
Explain to people the spelling of your name. Does it mean anything the way that you have the E-M-I-N-E-E-M?
It means absolutely nothing. I didn't want to get sued by Eminem, so spelled it out. Marshall Mathers, that's my name, so that's my initials,
So I just put them together.
Took 2 M's and I spelled them out in one word, and I don't know how I managed to spell them because I'm illiterate, but good, and I managed, and I think I spelled it correctly.
Rakim Myers, rolling deep with the ASAP mob. Every crew member rocks ASAP in their name, standing for always strive and prosper. It's their mantra for chasing dreams, staying on the grind. Rocky is a slick twist on his first name, Rakim, making it catchy and totally his. Sean Corey Carter, who drew inspiration from his Brooklyn roots. The OGs in his neighborhood called him Jazzy for his smooth style. He trimmed it to Jay-Z, adding that Z for extra kick, making the start of a hip-hop empire that's still booming.
Take me through your name, the origin of the name, and where it started and to what it is today.
Well, my mother named me Sean because when I was born to her, it was her right.
Mm-hmm. Sean. That's a nice name.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what happened?
Yeah. People start calling me it.
Yeah.
Abel Tesfaye bounced at 17, diving headfirst into music, never looking back. He tweaked the spelling to The Weeknd due to some trademark stuff with a band named The Weeknd. No sweat though, the dude soared to international fame, bringing his unique sound to the masses.
So, let's see the acapella. All right. Let's let them know what time it is.
The Weeknd.
Weekend, baby.
Weeknd.
You don't know what's in store. You know what you're here for. Listen, Joey Styles killed it. Big inspiration right here, baby. You already know what it is. He's gonna blow.
Dana Elaine Owens. She chose this name to uplift all the strong women in the game, back when rap was mostly dudes. Latifah, meaning kind in Arabic, was a suggestion from her Muslim cousin when she was just 8. It's all about celebrating queens, preaching that gospel of self-worth, which she embodies as a rapper, actress, and a fierce advocate.
How did you get your name Queen?
Well, my mother raised me to believe that all women are queens and should be treated as such. And she was right. And the name Latifah means delicate, sensitive, kind, nice. And I always loved the meaning of that name, so I chose this as my rap name, my nickname. And
the story goes a little something like this. Dwayne Carter was the original name, but our man had some daddy issues. His pops, also named Dwayne Carter, wasn't in the picture, so he decided to drop the D from his name, and that's how Lil Wayne hit the scene, letting everyone know he was his own man. Lil Wayne came up letting everyone know he's doing his own thing. And by the way, he's got a thing for girls with curves. Here's a man who knew how to mix it up. Andre Young, a name solid but standard, decided to take a page out of basketball legend Julius Dr. J. Irving's book. He snipped off the Andre, threw in a doctor in front of the Dre, and the rest is hip-hop history. Step aside for Nardo Wick, but oh, before the spotlight, he was Horace Bernard Walls III. Straight out of Jacksonville, Florida, our man Nardo Wick laid down a name that's as sharp as his rhymes, as tough as the beats he rides on. When you hear Nardo Wick, you hear the echo of the streets, the grind, the hustle, and the heart that pumps the rhyme of his tunes. What's your take on these rap legends' name stories? Got a favorite, or maybe you got a cool backstory for your own stage name? Share it below, and don't forget to smash that like and hit that subscribe for more.